And now, Giant Sports Talk Live. Here are your hosts, Eric and Glenn.
All right, you guys ready for some baseball? I know I am. Looking forward to it today. You know what? Let's just get everybody in the mood for mood for some baseball today with four dandies on deck. Oh boy. You guys ready for some baseball today? We had we had an epic preview show last night. Giants Playoff Sports Talk Live. We're getting ready for four beauties today and getting underway in less than a half an hour over in Cleveland. You've got the Detroit Tigers and the Cleveland Guardians. This one kind of was split, and I was surprised in our preview show last night. A lot of people thinking that, hey, Detroit, they're going to win. Well, Cleveland, I think, have the better team. I think they have the edge in pitching, although Detroit, game 2 will go with Tariq Skubal, which could be a big difference. Today, the pitching matchup for the opener, Tyler Holton. Well, he's not too bad himself, is he? 7-2 with a 2.19 ERA. How's Cleveland going to match up with Tyler today? And Tanner Beebe, 12-8, 347. Look at those numbers. Tyler Holton, 7-2 and a 2.19 ERA. It's a bullpen game, pardon me, to start this series. Are you surprised? Are you surprised about that? You know what? I sort of am. Although, if they get out to a 1-0 lead in this series and bring in Skubal, oh my goodness gracious, it could spell doom and gloom for the Cleveland Guardians. So, wow, it's going to be interesting. Let's see. How about we do this? Let's go, without further ado, let's bring up what we're looking at today. There it is. So you have got Detroit and Cleveland. I mentioned the pitching matchup, guys. What do you think about that? We've got a dandy. If you want to chime in, let me know who you think is going to win. Maybe Daniel has some thoughts of his own. He's over there in the chat. Guys are popping in as we speak. So, Mets and Philly today. Interesting pitching assignment for the Mets. Kansas City takes on the New York Yankees, and the San Diego Padres take on the L.A. Dodgers. Wow. I'm interested to see how all of these games will fare out today. San Diego, L.A. could be the best of the day. The best for last, my friends. San Diego and the L.A. Dodgers hooking up tonight over in Chavez Ravine with Dylan Cease and Yamamoto. He'll pitch for the Dodgers. All right, back to Detroit, Cleveland. Detroit, Tyler Holton, 7-2, that 2.19 ERA. Do you think that the Tigers are wise to run a bullpen game. Is this the way to go? Obviously, the Tigers think so, and save Skubal for game number 2. Time will tell. That game's getting underway at 10:08 this morning, so we're less than a half an hour away from the opening pitch. News came down yesterday. The Kodai Senga. Where were you, Glenn? Why are you late? I'm not late. Showtime set for 11:30 in the Central Zone, or 9:30 in the Pacific. Right on time. Kodai Senga came down yesterday. He's going to pitch in this game. A 1-0 record, but you can throw that out because the guy got hurt the start of the season. Up against Zach Wheeler, 16-7. Citizens Bank Park for that game, and it will get underway at 1:08 this afternoon. I'll be not only watching that one, but I'll be watching all of the games. Eric and I are going to do post-game. This is going to be epic. You know, we had the 12-hour show earlier this week. Now, Eric and I are going to do a total of 4 post-game shows. No 24 hours. Once was enough, a 12-hour show. We're not going to go 24 hours. We're going to have 4 post-game shows today, review each and every game as they wrap up. The opener, Cleveland, Detroit, and now we're talking a little bit about the Mets. Are you surprised that Kodai Senga will get the start in this game? Coming off his injury. Ryan, no, you're crazy. Ryan thinks we should do a lengthy show. We should go all day. Watch the dots for the next, what would that be, Ryan? About 14, 15 hours of baseball coverage straight through late night tonight. And the next late night live on Northern California Sports and Entertainment Network? I dare say not. I don't think Eric's up for that. Eric just wrapped up the radio show on 103.5 Capital FM, so he'll be joining us after the Detroit-Cleveland game. What's the other matchups we got today? Kansas City with Michael Wacha, 13-8. They will take on the Yankees from the House of Pain, 8-5 over at Yankee Stadium. That's in the Bronx. And tonight, we're going to be joined on the show live by Tom Durjevich. Tom, he is going to be at the game. He's covering that for radio, I believe, today. I think he's doing radio coverage of the Yankees game. So he will talk to us about the Yankees and the Royals. He'll also talk to us a little bit about that Mets game, although he won't be there. He has covered both New York baseball clubs all season long. So join us tonight on Playoff Sports Talk live at 8 p.m. Eric and I will be joined by Tommy D. Talking baseball. It's baseball coverage all postseason long. The late one, I think it's going to be over by the time we launch tonight's show, but you've got the dandy of all dandies, San Diego, opening up the best-of-5 series with the Los Angeles Dodgers. Dylan Cease, he's 14-11. I think he's better than that record indicates. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, my pick for next year's Cy Young Award winner. I think he's going to settle in, have a great year next year, but he's 7-2 this year and a 3 ERA. Now, don't forget, opening series, his first performance. Boy, did he get out of the gate in a rocky fashion. Guys, do you think he'll bounce back in the postseason? Do you think he'll play well? I'm predicting a win for the Dodgers today. I am predicting 9 strikeouts. A lot of people in the chat last night, including our own Carter Kim. Carter says that I think he'll go a couple of innings. I think he goes 6 plus perhaps, depending on how the Padres bats are looking tonight. So Yamamoto, I expect a big game from him. Don't underestimate Yamamoto's 7-2 mark in that wicked ERA. He brought it down from, I think it was 29. He brought it down to an even 3. No football coverage today. No. Ryan says, talk basketball and football. No, we're talking baseball. It's that time of the year. Nothing is more important right now than baseball coverage. So who do you guys got today? Let's see. Detroit, Cleveland. I picked Cleveland My heart's pulling for those Detroit Tigers, the Cinderella team by far of this postseason year. Kansas City and the New York Yankees, who think the Yankees will have no trouble with Kansas City. The Mets and Philadelphia over the National League will be game number 2 on the docket today. The Mets and Phillies. Will Philadelphia get out to a slow start? They've been sitting for 10 days waiting, while the Mets are coming off that big victory over the Milwaukee Brewers thanks to Pete Alonso's 9th inning 3-run shot. They went on to a 4. They were 2 outs away from elimination, and they come up with the victory 4-2. So the Mets, they scored often late, 4 runs, 9th inning, and picked up the series win. So I think with Senga going, and they're in the swing of things, just come off a few games. Philadelphia, will they be rusty? I think the Mets could cause some havoc for Philadelphia, although that Philadelphia lineup, that it could look excruciating to any pitcher in the postseason. And San Diego, Los Angeles, Yamamoto, I think Yamamoto gets it done tonight up against Dylan Cease. Although Dylan Cease, one of the best. Getting some reaction again. Not too many people chiming in with their predictions, although Ryan says, I've got the Dodgers losing in 6. The Padres winning in 6. I don't think so. We'll see. And it's a best of 5 series, Ryan. This is a best of 5 series. So I think the numbers are a little bit off. Mikey O says, Glenn, you will be covering other sports, NBA hockey, NFL football. Haven't seen much about the other sports. We will. We're just ready for the launch coming up soon of our 24-hour sports radio over on Northern California Sports and Entertainment. Not sure where you are tuned in today. We've got a few people in on the Twitter today. And, of course, you can join us. Northern California Sports and Entertainment Network. Search us up on YouTube. NSE, what would be? NCSE. There you go. I got to write that down. Northern California Sports and Entertainment Network. NCSE Network over on YouTube and on the Twitter. And, of course, you can always find Eric and I on Giant Sports Talk Live, including tonight with the post-game series. Going to be close series. I think so. I can't see anybody really dominating. And, with that having been said, do you think we could see some blowouts? You could see Philadelphia dominate. You could see the Yankees dominate. You could see L.A. dominate, although San Diego's been hot down the stretch. I don't know. It's gonna be great. Tribe is in today and says Padres are the hotter team. Well, the Dodgers, they've been sitting waiting. So I wouldn't say they're not hot. They what would we call them? Lukewarm. They've been just sitting on the sidelines waiting to get this thing underway. Now, will that hurt any of the teams like Cleveland, Yankees, Philadelphia, LA, having to sit on the sidelines and wait? Who knows? But there's the matchups. And again, the time slots today. At 10:08 this morning, Detroit at Cleveland. That one is about 15 minutes away. Then you've got the Mets and the Philadelphia Phillies at 1:08. Kansas City and the Yankees, they get underway at 3:30. And then San Diego and the LA Dodgers tonight getting underway at 5:30. This is interesting. I don't know where you got that. 23 of 27 analysts have picked the San Diego Padres? This analyst hasn't. I think Eric's going San Diego. He's leaning in the direction of the Padres. And, we've got a couple of people. I know we have one, in fact. One of our members of the chat on Giant Sports Talk Live is going to be at the game, and we hope to have him join us tonight to talk about what transpires. And I mentioned earlier that Tommy D, he covers the Yankees and the New York Mets. He's going to be at the Yankee game today, game 1 against Kansas City. He's going to join us on the show coming up tonight to talk about the game. That should be a whole lot of fun. If you guys like talking baseball as much as we do, this is a magical time of the year. You've got so much activity and so much to talk about. 4 great series. And in fact, we just came off 4 tremendous series already. Even though, the Padres, they dominated Atlanta. Atlanta was lucky to get in. They had pitching problems. So I'm not surprised by the outcome of that series. The Mets, they stunned Milwaukee to win the deciding game. Detroit over Houston. Carter was saying that Houston was going to, perhaps go to the World Series. But that was questionable because he was saying, yeah, they were great 10 years ago. I don't know about pulling stats out from 6, 8, 10 years ago. And the big surprise in the opening round, I thought, was the fact that Baltimore, 1 run in the postseason, and it was a home run ball. Cedric Mullins providing that lone tally. So Ryan says, where is Eric? Eric is just wrapping up the radio show over on 103.5 Capital FM. He's just finished up the morning radio show. We were talking about these series. We were also talking about the war in the Middle East. We had so much on our plate this morning to talk about. It was an open forum. Lots of interaction with our listeners on radio today. We had some great rock and roll music for you. And next week, Eric's picking the music. So that should be fun and entertainment. So look forward to it. Let's see. All righty. So I'm getting ready for baseball. You guys are getting ready for baseball. We'll be in later on today. We'll take a look at how things transpire. And coming up tomorrow, you've got NFL football. You got the NHL season getting underway Tuesday night. We'll talk about more on that on Shark Bites coming up on Tuesday on the Northern California Sports and Entertainment Network, NCSE Network, on YouTube and on Twitter. And it's a great time of the season to talk sports. All right. Let's get ready for it. I'm going to check out. I got to get some lunch ready, and then we're going to be watching 4 games of ball. Eric and I are going to be sitting down to watch some baseball this afternoon. And what we're going to do is we're going to check in after each game. So after the final pitch of the Detroit-Cleveland game, you can join us on all our platforms. We will be reviewing the games. Also, we've got the Mets in Philadelphia. We'll be on after that game. Kansas City Yankees will be excited to come on after that one. And then our usual playoff Sports Talk Live. It's usually Giants Sports Talk Live, but that has, as you can see, been preempted to talk playoff sports baseball. A Northern Lights Entertainment production. Can't wait for this day to unfold. My picks today. I really like Cleveland. But you know what? I'm going to be cheering for Detroit. I think the Mets are going to win. The Yankees will win. And then the L.A. Dodgers to pick up the win today. So got a few people here in the chat just lingering around, getting ready for the game. Mikey O says, on paper, the Dodgers have a better roster than the Padres. I agree wholeheartedly. Will that transpire into a victory? So let's just see how it unfolds. We'll get out of here and turn on the game, the pregame over there on television, and opening pitch coming up in about, 18 minutes time. That'll give us all time to just relax, settle in, and get ready for postseason baseball. Enjoy it. It's the Detroit Tigers and the Cleveland Indians coming up. Eric and I will join you after the last pitch of that game. We hope you'll tune in, join us on the Northern California Sports and Entertainment Network, or perhaps on Giants Sports Talk Live. Should be a great night. Can't wait. Enjoy your baseball. And we invite you to have a wonderful day. That's it for me. I'm signing out of here, and catch you back here after the final pitch, Detroit and Cleveland. Go Tigers!
You've been watching Giant Sports Talk Live with Eric and Glenn, a Northern Lights Entertainment Broadcasting production.